It's two indicators in one, traders. Let's go. And a happy Wednesday to all of you. It is the Indicator Profile series with the Ehlers Sine Wave Stochastic indicator. Yes, it is John Ehlers once again. And this time we have an indicator that can be looked at two different ways. And for the first time since I can remember, both of them actually passed our test and passed it quite well. So you're going to want to stick around for this. Now, if you're new, however, what you want to do is go here instead. NoNonsenseForex.com, the homepage. Read that first page, watch the video on that page, and get yourself started. We do things a certain way, we talk a certain way, and you're not going to understand that, and that is not fair to you. So please go do that first and get yourself caught up. It is worth it. But for those who are already caught up, let's go ahead and get into the specs for the Ehlers Sine Wave Stochastic. The year is going to be 2001, which is within the 1996 and on threshold we like to see here, but the indicator kind of came out at different times. Came out for TradingView at a different time, came out for MT4 at a different time, but the original year when this was published was 2001. It's going to be a confirmation indicator, but the subtype is going to be two different types. We're going to have a two lines cross, and we're going to have a zero cross. So when it comes to exits, the two lines cross version, that's why the asterisk is there, is, in my opinion, a good type of exit indicator to trade. The zero cross, far less so. So those of you looking for exit indicators out there, I would probably test one in your system, but not the other. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Ehlers Sine Wave Stochastic in both of its forms. Here it is. Now you can see we have a two lines cross and a zero cross. The zero cross, let's start with that. It's actually going to be the green line, crossing and closing above. What I can't remember is if this is actually a zero line or a midline. Let's just call it a zero line cross. You guys know what it is. But when it does that, that is your signal to go long. And when it does the opposite, that is your signal to go short. To where the two lines cross, this is going to get you in a bit earlier. When the yellow crosses and closes above the green, that is your signal to go long. And then when it does the opposite, like here, that is your signal to go short. Now, getting in earlier can have advantages and disadvantages. That is why we test this out. So we tested both out, and we will show them to you in just a moment. Before we do that, understand the results I show you essentially mean nothing to you, because the only thing that matters is how well these indicators perform in your own system. So that needs to be the very first thing you do after you have consumed all the material on this indicator from me and from Dan. Now, if you don't know how to test this, we have you taken care of down below in the description. There's going to be a link to my automation blog, which has an embedded video showing you how to test this yourself on the MT4 strategy tester. Also, you're going to want to see the blog because they have the tweak settings that I show you here. Well, I show you the results, but I don't show you the actual settings. The blog does. There's also a link to Dan Stone's YouTube channel. Dan is the CEO of Stonehill Forex. He also makes videos on these indicators just like I do, and he's going to have some information that I don't always have. So go there for a bit of deeper knowledge. Also, we take user submissions. Your guys' user submissions have not been very good lately, but if you want to try to beat the ones we have, one, it wouldn't be hard. Two, you want to go to the special email address that we provide down below in the description and submit your indicators there. And then don't forget the most popular place in all of the entire information superhighway. It is the indicator library, where you can download the Ehlers Sine Wave Stochastic and any indicator, every indicator we have ever done here on the Indicator Profile series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the two lines cross version of this indicator first, starting with the EURUSD. Now, this is much more what we like to see. Recently, it's been low ROI and low signals. These are much higher signals than before, even though it's not a ton, but much better ROI as well, and still with a very high win-loss ratio. So a nice little choice for all you Forex traders out there. Let's go ahead and turn it over to gold. Pretty average, I would say. I mean, I don't think I have to really say it. Average win-loss ratio for what we're used to seeing here. Solid amount of signals, but probably lower ROI than I would say our average typically is here. Not by a lot. You should still test this if you're a gold trader for sure. Just for what it's worth. It's a little below average what we're used to seeing. S&P is going to be higher than we are used to seeing. Signals above 10, hooray. Thought I'd never see the day again. But close to a 9% ROI on just one indicator alone on the S&P 500 is very nice. And let's go ahead and finish it off with Bitcoin. So what's going on here is you're seeing a bit of an opposite of what we have seen the past few times we have done the indicator profile series. You are seeing a bit subpar results in things like Bitcoin. 13.1 is less than the average we typically get on this for Bitcoin, and also a little bit underwhelming on gold, but better results on FX and on the S&P. Recently, these have done better on Bitcoin and gold, but have lagged in the other two. This is really kind of the opposite of what we've been seeing so far, which is interesting. What is also interesting is what we're about to see with the zero cross version. So, going back to the EURUSD, even better than what we saw with the two lines cross version. Almost 10%. Still with a nice high win-loss ratio, decent amount of signals. It's not a high amount of signals, so you may want to look at this as your secondary confirmation indicator, but that part is really up to you. Going over to gold, better results on gold for sure. A 19.5% ROI is actually above average for what we do here, so it was nice to kind of show you a side-by-side for that. S&P, also higher. We got over 9% on this one, and almost 30 signals. When you saw this indicator for the first time, you would never think that we would get more signals out of the zero cross than we would the two lines cross version. But we did. After tweaking and tweaking many times, I think we came up with a really, really nice option for you indices traders out there. And then, did we also sweep the board and beat it with Bitcoin? No, we did not. It's just how it goes sometimes. Very unpredictable, these things can be. Even lower ROI than you saw last time. Again, still worth testing in your system. But both versions just underperformed a bit on Bitcoin. Now, do you like what we do? We do a lot here. I'm supposed to have a video coming out next week that is trading related and not the indicator profile series. You can also catch my investing podcast every Saturday right here on YouTube, but you have to subscribe, hit the bell. We're going to have a lot more things coming out. You are not going to want to miss them, and the way you do that is by subscribing and by hitting the bell. But in the meantime, we have given you two really nice versions of one indicator for the purpose of improving your system. Now you need to go and execute that task. We set you up, you knock it down. Go get it.